Everybody, welcome to Muscoot Farm. My name is Jonathan Benjamin. I'm the curator here, and today I thought we'd read this story in honor of Halloween called Pick a Pumpkin by Patricia Toht, and afterwards we're going to be trying to carve one of our pumpkins. Okay, here we go. Pick a pumpkin from the patch. Tall and lean, or short and fat. Vivid orange, ghostly white, or speckled green might be just right. Pumpkin snugly in your arms, wheel a wagon through the farm. Stop for mugs of spicy punch, toffee, apples, sweet to crunch. Homeward from the pumpkin patch, all your goodies stacked in back. Now, brush or wipe your pumpkin clean, rub it smooth and make it gleam. Find the perfect carving space, lined with papers just in case you make a mess. Next, gather other things you need, a bowl, a spoon for scooping seeds, a tool to trace a spooky face, and plastic saws for cutting shapes. Then, invite around a friend or two, form a pumpkin carving crew. Let grown-ups cut the top a bit, big enough for hands to fit. Reach down deep into the hole, give the seeds, and give a pull. Lumpy chunks, sticky strings, clumpy seeds, guts and things. With a spoon, scrape sides neatly, clean the inside out completely. Now all together, carve the eyes, giant circles of surprise, small slits sleeping or one eye peeping, cross-eyed crazy, angry, lazy. And below those, make a nose, a triangle, a pinprick, a nose that grows from thin to thick. Under the nose is where the mouth goes. A kiss, a frown, a toothy grin, a zigzag gap cut long and thin, a smirk, a snarl, an eerie O, or pointy fangs all in a row. But wait, before you light your new creation, first it's time for decorations. Cobwebs strung from post to post, rings of gauzy, dancy ghosts, spiders, tombstones, dangling bats, skeletons, and witches' hats. Now quick, slip on gear to trick or treat and grab a sack to hold your sweets. Lift your pumpkin up with pride, march it to a place outside. Set it safely on the ground and call the crew to gather round. Ask someone to strike a match, watch the candle's wick will catch. See it glow outside your door, look, it's not a pumpkin anymore, it's a jack-o'-lantern. Its red-hot eyes will gaze and flicker. Its fiery grin will blaze and snicker. To guard your house while you have fun, happy Halloween, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that book. It's called Pick a Pumpkin, and we have picked our pumpkin right here, and now we're gonna get ready to carve it. All right, so let me specify that there's no wrong way to have a pumpkin carved. You can get really fancy with it, or you can just do your best, but you wanna make sure that you have some adult supervision if you're carving a pumpkin. And I am not great freehand, which means I can't just kind of draw it or cut it out. So what I'm gonna do is use a marker, and I'm gonna kind of draw the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And then after that, we'll use a knife to cut it. And you can actually take the seeds and roast them to make pumpkin seeds if you wanna do that as well. So I'm gonna draw a face on it real quick, and then we'll get started. Draw some triangles for an eye, I think, and then kind of one on the other side. Hopefully these are about the same size. kind of a traditionalist when it comes to pumpkin carving. So I like the triangle eyes and nose, and then kind of start with a nice big mouth, and maybe even have a few pumpkin fang teeth here. And I think that's going to be what our pumpkin is going to look like. So you can see we have our paper here. This is to keep everything kind of clean where we're at. And the best part is best way to start is kind of cut the top off first. So what we're going to do is take our knife, and you have to really use some force and go around your pumpkin here and make your sawing motion. And once we get right there. Okay, so now we can take this off, and we've got some pumpkin seeds. So now we have to get in here and clean all of this out before we start cutting. So we're gonna do that real quick. So I'm not for sure what kind of spoon this is, but if you have something like this laying around, it's probably a really good thing to use, because you want to scrape all the stuff from the sides. So that's what we're gonna do here. Depending on who you talk to, this is called the guts, the pumpkin guts. So it's stringy and it's kind of messy, so it's pretty fun to get out of the pumpkin. So you really just want to scrape down all the sides, because what we're doing here is we're getting rid of some stuff that will make the pumpkin kind of decompose faster. So the more of this that we get out of the pumpkin, the better chance we have for a long lasting pumpkin. There's also some things you can do, like put petroleum jelly on it, and so on and so forth. So I have a bag here just kind of holding the seeds. Again, if you want to roast them, you can do that. You put them in the oven on a low temperature. You could put salt on them if you like salt on your pumpkin seeds, or make them more fall and probably put like cinnamon or something like that. And so basically, as soon as we get this carved out, or cleaned out, then we'll go to carving our eyes here. All right, so we've cleaned it out, so you can see pretty much all the goop and guts are out of it. So then I want to start kind of working on the eyes again. So very carefully, or with an adult's help, you want to use, and I would suggest using something similar to what I have, which is a serrated knife, which has some teeth. So once you got that, you just poke it right down there, and then next we're gonna get a nose cut maybe. And I actually kind of like the cut or the drawing I made, so I'm gonna try to cut just like that. All right. So we got an eye and a nose. Those are the pumpkin chunks. And next we'll start with the mouth. Mouth taken care of. And last, certainly not least, last eye here. You can always clean up your like marker pieces, or like by using a cleaner, something very simple. We'll probably get rid of that if you care. So that's our creepy pumpkin. Put the top back on. And I hope you enjoyed carving a pumpkin with me, and maybe you can do this at home if you haven't already. And from all of us here at Muscoot Farm, happy Halloween.